Hello everyone, and welcome to your second royal reading of today, a Friday, here at MadWorldTarot. I still have the Housewives Tarot on the tarot table, the Desperate Housewives Tarot as I like to call it, and we're looking now in this reading at oversaturation. The level of intensity right from the start of this year from Meghan Markle to promote herself with the Writing in the Sand 2025, the Instagram launch, the disaster tourism, the launch of As Ever, the Netflix show with Love Meghan, now the podcast Confessions of a Flounder or whatever it is. It just is relentless. We've seen the kids. We've had the Gloria Steinem moment with the holiday card. It just goes on and on and on and on and on. And everyone is sick of it. Everybody who's a YouTuber, an influencer, a comedian, a very serious journalist, or whatever, everybody has had their say. They've all written witty, insightful criticisms of Meghan and her failure to launch this year, the disasters that have befallen her, and still she goes on relentlessly. I want to know what's at the root of it. There is a theory that she's desperate to launch herself as Sussex. I'm calling it a Sussex in her own right, because Harry wants out. He's done with the marriage. He wants to pull the plug. He wants out financially, and in order for him to be able to leave the marriage without looking like a total cad, she has got to be a Sussex in her own right. Hence the name grabbing as well, the desperate name grabbing in the show. She knows it's over. She knows there's no way back into the royal family. She knows Harry is ready to go. This the first opportunity and he's out. And so this is a scramble to make money, to launch this As Ever thing. She's had 5 years of doing absolutely nothing, and now suddenly it's all packed into a few frantic weeks. So that's the one theory. The only other explanation is that she is completely bonkers. So I'm going to use the Housewives Tarot, and I'm going to do a Celtic cross, and I'm going to see. Basically, I want to ask the tarot what she's doing. Is she completely bonkers? Or is this a mad scramble because Harry's pulled the plug? He's cut up the credit cards, whatever he's done, and she's on her own. And she has to make it now. It's her last chance to make it. If she doesn't make it now, then she's in big trouble. So that's what we're looking at. Celtic cross, as I said, it is tarot for fun and entertainment. It is all my opinion, all speculation. One more shuffle. I just read energy here, and of course, Five of Swords, interesting, in reverse. There is a disclaimer in the box below. It's kind of giving up the fight card there, almost. And might be him that's shown up just briefly. We'll see what shows up in this reading. We're just checking to see what's really motivating. Everything has moved today. My day off yesterday. Things moved. They don't move by themselves. Anyway, never mind. Okay, there we are. We have the Four of Swords. The Four of Swords. This is somebody who really needs to be in a quiet and safe space to heal, to reflect. Have a spa day. Don't have just a spa day. A month or 3 months. One of those lovely Ayurvedic retreats somewhere exotic that last for months, and they can pour lovely oils on your forehead, and you can drink juice and, have massages and things. That's what she really needs, to just calm down. She needs to go away. She needs to leave us all in peace so that we can all catch our breaths and recover and focus on our lives and the world Is she doing that? Nope. But that is the underlying energy. Someone who needs time out for healing, for reflection, for reputational repair, Four of Swords, after a heavy defeat or loss or heartbreak. I think that there is heartbreak in this energy, Three of Swords in this energy, which would be failure of the marriage. Be interesting to see if anything like that shows up. Well, I don't have to even look, because that's the next card, Ten of Cups in reverse. That's the happy ever after card, but it's in reverse, and that was the next one. So I was sensing it, and then I just happened to glance at the rest of the cards, and there it was staring at me. So let's go. What are we dealing with? Oh, we're dealing with somebody who is really out of alignment, who's out of balance. The Temperance card is all about harmony. You can see the opposites, the joy and the sorrow and the justice and the anger and all of that stuff in the mix, and it's blending them, harmonizing them, balancing them, being patient, being moderate in your responses. It's in reverse, and this is somebody who's wound, who's coiled like a spring. This is somebody who is out of control, bouncing off the walls, somebody who's very impatient, possibly very angry, possibly irrational in the sense that they can't see things clearly because there's in this red hot mist. That's what's coming through. So I've given it two sort of opportunities or two explanations, the tarot, to give me energy on and insights on the she's bonkers opportunity explanation, and she's frantic to launch herself independently because the marriage is over and Harry's ready to walk. This is heading in the bonkers direction. That's an inexpert opinion. It's not a diagnosis. It's just a word, a casual word for a bit of snark. But it's also the impatience of it, is that the frantic energy in the Temperance card in reverse could also be a little bit, I need to do this, I can't stop, I can't rest, I have to do this because he's out the door. Bit of both. And of course the two could feed into each other quite nicely, or not nicely, in a very unhealthy way, let's say it like that. So what's the problem? What is the problem is the Four of Wands, sorry. The Four of Wands in reverse, the marriage breakup. It's there. The Four of Wands is the wedding card, the wedding ceremony, the celebration energy. It's cheers, darling. It's fantastic. It's lovely. It's happy. It's the happy home. It's the royal family, but it's in reverse. It's broken home. Nothing to celebrate, everything a flop, disaster. She was last year, she was going on all those 4 royal tours. Those are a disaster. Harry finally took himself off on his own on a royal tour to Southern Africa, left her at home. So those were a giant flop. Netflix a flop. Spotify a flop. It's hard to keep track of the flops. Tom Sykes has done his best in the Daily Beast. Yesterday or today, when the podcast news broke, he listed the flops and wondered if she'd be discussing those on her new business podcast. Very snarky from Tom Sykes. He used to be rather a fan, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, what's going on here? Broken home, the marriage is over, separation. That's what's going on. That's what's causing it. But what's really at the root of this oversaturation, this frenzy, that is so disturbing. It's disturbing all of us at this point as well, in my opinion. What's down in the depths? And we got the Ace of Wands in reverse. She doesn't have anything else in her broom cupboard, you could say. Ace of Wands in her box of tricks. She's used them all up. She doesn't have anything new. She doesn't, and it relates to the previous reading I've just done on what's with the podcast, why she suddenly launched that or tried to relaunch that. She doesn't have any new inspiration. She doesn't have any creativity. We've heard that from the Hollywood Reporter or Vogue or whoever it was that said, that did the expose recently about the pair of them and the ideas that they were coming up with for Spotify, but between them, they couldn't come up with an interesting idea between the pair of them. She doesn't have anything original. She doesn't have also any new, let's use an old-fashioned word, flame, because the Ace of Wands in the upright position can mean a new fling, a new paramour, someone like that, a new adventure, a new interest, especially of that sort of kind, and it's in reverse. So I think she's always relied on the fact that she could always find a new guy, and I don't mean the poor dog. Now she can't. She's not looking her best, despite all the money that's being spent, in my opinion, and I'm not shaming. I'm just stating she's in that awkward age bracket where things start to just look a bit tired. Hormonally, they do. It's, you can't really stop that from happening. That's my opinion. So out of ideas and doesn't have a backup plan in terms of a man in her life, in my opinion, of course, speculating. What's her goal? What's her focus right now? What's her mind on? Got the Chariot and it's in reverse. This is how she has failed. It's a card of ambition, the Chariot, driving forward, willpower, getting your own way, making stuff happen, making fetch happen. It's in reverse. Roadblock, taken the wrong path. Her ambitions have come to nothing. She's been stopped. She might actually believe in this energy that is a little bit paranoid, shall we say, for me as an energy reader. She might actually believe that she's being deliberately obstructed at this point. And I say that because the Chariot is, of course, Cancer energy. Prince William is a Cancer. Someone else is a Cancerian in her life. Her father. And her father might still be able to pull some strings in the industry, in Hollywood. She might be that paranoid that she believes that of either of them or any of them. So tell us about the recent past, and I particularly want to know about Harry, even though I've already got the 10 of Cups in reversed here and the 4 of Wands. So I'm fairly certain as an energy reader that the marriage is over, except on paper. That's my opinion. Tell us though. Yeah, it's dead. It's finished. It's ruined. He's told her. 10 of Swords. That's ruin. That's endings. A 10 is an ending. It's a finished energy. It's done. 10 of Swords. It's dead. It's normally Rider-Waite tarot. Someone lying face down on the ground with 10 swords in their back. It's a ghastly card. With a black sky behind them. It's a little glimmer of a sunrise. But it is the dark night of the soul. It's ruin. You've now reached the end. Okay, so I've got 3 now on the table that are telling me that this marriage is done. He wants out. So what's happening next in her life, in this scenario of this push, this crazy level of pushing? 6 of Cups. That's a reconciliation card, and it's with the past. I would not be surprised if there isn't some outreach that happens to somebody that you would never have suspected, like, for instance, her father, who now lives in the Philippines, apparently, or to royals who don't want to hear anything from her. We're already getting a bit of a narrative about Prince Harry trying to reach out to the Duke of Westminster, who's expecting a baby in the summer. Very, very nice news for them. And there's been some hints of Harry trying to reach out to them that might be coming from her and not him. There might be other kinds of attempts to make peace with people. Remember us, the past, kiss and make up, that kind of energy. It's very much family and old friends, the 6 of Cups. Desperate, you're desperate, this is the stuff you've got to do. And so how does she see her situation right now? What does she think about herself? Six of Wands. Yeah, it's still, she's still on that narc high, in my opinion. I've got exactly this card, asked the same question in another context, or in another type of layout, type of spread. Got that Six of Wands. It's the victory card. Triumph. Look at me. What a success I am. And believing it. And she's on a narc high purely because she's everywhere. Doesn't matter what people are saying about her, and they are, without exception, saying terrible things about her. I mean, I have read some of the best written pieces from people that I regard highly as writers, just destroying her in the past few days, weeks. It's relentless, but she doesn't mind because she sees it only as notice and attention. That's me and my opinion. I'm not a psychologist. I don't claim to understand the possible personality disorder behind it. I can only speculate that there is possibly one behind the Six of Wands. Pressure she's under to do all of this. King of Swords. That's an interesting energy because it's lawyers, it's agents, it's talent managers, bankers, financial people. When I say lawyers, it could be her own lawyers, it could be other people's lawyers from possibly even the royal family saying, come on, the clock's running and you need to get busy now. The papers are here waiting to be signed. And if you want your reputation, I'm getting a weird energy. I'm going to express it. This is me speculating, and I'm painting a wild and possibly just completely crazy scenario. But the scenario that's come through is the papers are here waiting to be signed. Get yourself successful. You can have that name, Sussex, if you really want it. If you don't get yourself successful, you won't have that name. And we got all kinds of things that we can tell about you. That's just a thought that has occurred to me. It's wild speculation. And we need to put that shining light on here, that allegedly light, which has all different colored lights. It's like a makeup mirror, you know, in a theater dressing room, that kind of a light. Hopes and fears. And we got the Five of Cups in reverse. This is the crying over spilled milk card, the Five of Cups, self-pity. Oh dear, what a missed opportunity, how I messed up, what regret. Will I ever recover? Can I ever be happy again? That's the Five of Cups. She's worried she's going to be in that energy. She's worried she's going to actually be forced to sit in that energy of regret for how she messed up. She doesn't want to be in that energy. She's hoping she can avoid it. That energy. Same energy I got in the previous reading. Where are we headed for Madame in this situation, this oversaturation energy that we're in now, which could be driven by a kind of collapse, being on the brink of some kind of mental health meltdown or a marriage breakup? Where are we going? Where are we going? We're in the Four of Cups. We're in the Four of Cups. It's in reverse. The Four of Cups is rejection, indifference, apathy, kind of an energy. It is in reverse. So there's a kind of offer in there that she doesn't want to take. I think it has to do with this King of Swords. She might be forced to accept that offer because she's messed up so badly. I'm getting an interesting little tale with these three cards. These are all horrendous, but they're not surprising. It tells me divorce or Harry gone. It tells me desperate. It tells me she's out of ideas. It tells me she's still deluded about where she is. But I'm getting a story here. With this King of Swords, the Six of Cups, and this Four of Cups in reverse, an interesting story of possibly papers, documents, offers, settlements, trying her best to subvert it, trying to reconcile, trying to reach out and be all sugar and sweetness and light and all that stuff. And I didn't mean any of that, and that didn't really happen, and you misunderstood, and that sort of a thing, not going to happen, might force her to accept something she doesn't want to accept, some kind of settlement offer, some kind of a situation that she doesn't want to accept, but she's going to have to accept with that energy, that Four of Cups in reverse energy. Someone's over it, someone's done, it's a rejection energy, but I'll give you this little something. That's all you have. That's what's coming through. That's the reading. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you again tomorrow.